Good morning, Toomey. How are
Mike.
you?
Good to see you guys. It's April 15th. Typically, that would be when we have to have our taxes done. They've extended the date, obviously. But I ran into Mr. Skip on the way in, and he reminded me of that time that he visited on tax day with the Statue of Liberty. So he wanted me to share it. Here we go. I withdrew some money from my Roth IRA. Is there a tax penalty?
I don't know. You have to go inside and ask the guy.
Are self-employed expenses above the line deductions?
I don't know. You have to go inside and ask.
What's the cost basis on a stock loss?
I don't know. You have to go inside and ask. Now let's get a look at those things.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you said talk to the guy inside.
I am the guy inside.
Oh, that's Skipper.
Yeah. I don't know if that pilot had any legs, but ran it through all the networks, and so far nothing.
Nothing yet.
So many possibilities, too.
Yeah. So many tax questions.
Yeah. 9 at 9 has puppy dogs, skiing birds, and fashion blogs. Start at 9, go down to 1. Oh, McGee, we're having fun.
All right, the 9 at 9. Today we'll start with number 9. Chicken sandwiches have become a big deal in the past few years, with fast food and normal restaurants racing to get them on the menu. And as an article on the website Tedium points out, the fundamental piece of equipment that makes it all possible is something that was patented in 1952, the pressure fryer.
Oh, yeah.
A guy named Chester Wagner invented it. He had a restaurant in Ohio and was annoyed that fried chicken took about half an hour to cook. The key to his invention is that it has 3 levels. The top is really hot. In a second level, the chicken goes into a vat where the oil is at a lower temperature. And the big key, he created a portion of the fryer at the bottom, which takes the brown bits out, and that ensures that the chicken never tastes or looks burnt. The guy who created Chick-fil-A heard about the machine, and it made him and others hugely successful.
Well, who knew?
Not me.
Not good for the chickens.
Right, but great for us.
Yeah.
Sorry. Number 8, ladies and gentlemen, I have found it, the world's tiniest cow.
Whoa, look at that.
Right?
Wait a minute.
Can't be.
Can't be.
It's actually a goat, but it looks like a cow.
Come on.
But look at how adorable it is. Looks like a cow.
It does.
And even for a goat, it's kind of cute.
But this has ruined your credibility with me.
Yeah,
forever.
you can't be
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
that.
it took you for a...
You did the old bait and switch on us.
This is a credible news organization.
Well, I apologize. Isn't it fascinating, though?
Yeah.
You'd rather believe it was a cow if you could.
Right.
That's what this show is all about,
Yeah.
though, right?
Those two animals are completely different.
Yeah, but they look alike right there, and then kaboom.
All right.
All right, number 7, there's a Facebook group called Things Found in Walls. Here are a few things that have been posted. One couple found a mysterious little suitcase, kind of the size of a lunchbox, while renovating their home. To their delight, well, there was more than one of them, I should say. The cases were completely stacked with $20, $50, and $100 bills. What? In this wall, people found some old tins of hand cream and a child's homework from 1909.
Wow.
The child's name was Millie.
Yeah.
And in this wall was a photo and a note. Hi, we're Shinsekis.
Yeah.
We're the Shinsekis. If you're reading this, that means you're remodeling the bathroom again. What's wrong with the way we did it?
That's great.
That is great.
All right, number 6, in Japan, Aeon Cinema has installed seats that contain a partition, so you have a little of your own movie watching space. It's been done because of the pandemic, but they're going to keep it around for the future. It's around double the size of a regular seat. It even has a little space where you can hang your coat or store a bag. There is a catch. The theater will still have regular seats, so if you want one of these bigger ones, it's going to cost you an extra $5. But the benefit of hanging up your coat when you go to the theater is at least $3. 3 to 4, so.
See, I always put the coat on the back of my chair. Don't you always do that?
But then you're putting it in the spot where someone else's head has been laying around, and
Better your coat be there than your head be there, right?
Yeah.
Right?
it's up to you.
Yeah, if
I
you
don't
want to
wear
live
coats.
dangerously, that's up to
Yeah,
you.
you're the risk taker, not me.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
Number 5, this building in Italy was designed to trick the eye.
All right.
It appears to have no beginning and no end. And if you stand in the center, you'll think the walls are crumbling down around you. It's called Chamber of the Giants in Italian. And the way it's painted, the god Jupiter is using his lightning rod to strike down the giants, and that's why the images appear to be falling down.
Oh.
It was meant even back then to be an immersive experience.
Huh.
One other cool feature about this room, 2 people can stand on opposite ends and still hear each other, even when you're whispering.
Oh, that's fun.
They knew what they were doing back in the 16th century.
All right, number 4, can't sleep? Cut the salt. Some sleep scientists say too much salt is what's keeping you awake at night. If you eat a meal high in sodium or you snack on salty snacks late in the evening, it can lead to an increase in blood pressure and fluid retention, and those things contribute to sleep disturbances. It can also lead to restless nights. Seems obvious, but sometimes people aren't thinking about salt. They're unaware of the hidden salt content in certain foods.
Yeah.
I could not sleep at all last night.
Really?
Too much
Yeah,
salt?
you know, no, I'm just thinking that. Did I have too much
Or did
salt?
you have a gentleman caller over?
No, I was just, it's just, I'm hot, I'm cold, I can't sleep,
yeah.
I'm up to, and then
Yeah.
you keep looking at the clock, and then you're like, all right, if I go to sleep now, then I'll get this many hours sleep, and then it's a lost cause,
Did this new guy call you to see if you were doing okay since you called in sick the past 2 days?
There's been communication.
All right.
It's all fine, Larry, but thanks for asking.
All right.
Very thoughtful.
That is nice of you, Larry.
I just don't want her putting up with a
Right.
man not caring
Right.
because
She deserves the best.
Yeah.
Aren't you
And we know how desperate she's been, and she may overlook things like that, but you
Right.
can't because you give them an inch and they'll take a
That's
foot.
Yeah,
So
thanks,
just
Larry.
thinking about you.
You are the best.
Right. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah.
Covered that for all of us. Me too. Number 3. Everyone knows that I've been on the forefront of advocating for men to be free and to wear the boldest of fashions. And in this case, I'm talking about my beloved shorty shorts. I got to say that I am so proud of my boy Milo Ventimiglia. This is the guy from This Is Us. He's got the courage to be himself and the generosity in his heart to share his thighs. Just look at that. So the shorty shorts are huge.
Huh.
There are more of us out there than you think. And this spring, let it be known that we will not live in fear. We will not be in hiding.
Oh, God.
We will not deny the thigh. You can say it with me right now, Larry. We will not deny the thigh. Attaboy, Milo.
All right.
And the knee-high tube socks be far behind.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
hope.
Number 2, speaking of on-point fashions, Jordache jeans are making a comeback.
What?
Not familiar? Well, here's a look back at one of the most 70s looking commercials we've ever seen.
Jordache has the look that's right. You've got the look, I want to know better. You've got the look that's all together. Living, loving, day or night. Jordache has the look that's right. Jordache look.
That was a good
yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jeans dipped in popularity in the 90s after Jordache licensed their name on everything from umbrellas to baby diapers. But the Israeli brothers who own the company made a ton of money and got into real estate and all sorts of other businesses. Now Jordache is back, and they're selling them in the lower-end department stores and online.
Wow. That was a throwback commercial there. Nice seeing horses working
Yeah.
back there and not standing around just grazing, taking
Right.
up space. They were contributors to society at
Yeah.
one time.
All right, number 1, here's a commercial from New Zealand with a good ending.
Kids, they're bundles of energy, but they need the right snacks to keep them going. That's why I give my kids Fruity Bars. They're full.
What's this a commercial for?
Preventing trips around your home can be as easy as tidying up toys.
My gosh. What?
You know what? caught my attention.
So it's not for fruity bars?
No.
I mean, I think she was seriously injured.
Wait a minute, is this a PSA to
I
get
think so.
mothers to do a better job cleaning up after their
This is
children?
mom shaming.
It is.
It is.
Right.
And then she's got like
suffering
a
the consequences.
And then she's got a bloodied face to
Yeah,
go along with
right.
the shame.
And the
I
wrong
mean,
kids are outside.
The men who made the PSA are just doing it for her own
Right,
good.
because they love her, and they're like,
Right.
all right, let's show her how to do it better. Clean up faster. Come on. You're going to kill yourself.
wow.
Men are, we
That-
always lead the way, being thoughtful. and
Really.
wanting the best
Yeah.
for everybody.
Well,
She
thank
really
you,
should have
thank
cleaned
you to
up
both of
faster.
you
Yes, you're
Yeah.
welcome.
for your
Yeah.
for your
And I would say we should put her on our prayer list, but I think that maybe she may have expired by now
That
anyhow.
was
That
a few
was from
years
the
ago. I'm
70s.
thinking,
Yeah.
yikes.
All right, well, that's a 9 at 9.
Yeah, it is.
9 at 9, it's my